What's going on? We haven't done one of these in a long time. It's been a minute, or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Now this ride, guys, is going to be a little bit rough. I know I'm kind of holding on and clinging on to this stretch of highway, and I've talked about it a few times already, which is Highway 59, and what's this? The north. Actually, it's the northeastern side of Alabama, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And we're gonna ride the right lane. If I had the image stabilizer on, ooh, check out those fine rides going by. Man, one thing I love about being out here on the roads, you know, these cool rides, man. Anyways, so I know it's going to be a little bit of rough, maybe unbearable for some of you to watch, and that's fine. If you want to tune to the next video, I totally get it. But it's just so you guys can see that I'm not kidding about how rough this right lane is here in this stretch of highway. It's pretty bad. And if, like I said, if I would have had the smooth stabilization on the camera, which is capable of making this seem like we're on a cloud, well, you know, that what's the purpose of trying this? But anyways, guys, so man, it's been so long since we've actually done this. I'm pretty excited of actually doing this again, and having you guys ride along with me, or ride along finally again after so long. Man, it does feel like a long time ago, but at the same time it doesn't. I don't know if you guys get that, but you know, I'm a complicated person, I guess, to understand sometimes. But I want to give a shout out to everybody that's been here with me since the beginning, since these days right here, these days when we used to just ride and look out the front windshield and just talk about anything and everything and just have a good old time. Hopefully we won't drop the camera along the way, because it is, like I said, pretty rough. And here comes a pretty rough spot right here, and it's going to be, well, that wasn't too bad. But yeah, y'all get the gist of this ride along. But anyways, so that is not what I wanted to talk about at all. I didn't want to talk about this highway. This just happened to be that this is where we're at right now. Headed back home to Texas, man, guys. Wow, what a rough. The past two loads. Not rough in the sense that nothing's actually physically happened to me. Hot Chocolate has actually been, knock on wood, A-okay. She just got out of the doctor, but she's great. Hot Chocolate is doing her thing. And if you might, I don't know if you can notice, I still have a little piece of tape right there where I'm covering up the check engine light, because it happened to come back on. And that is check engine light Karen right there. If you guys didn't know, we actually have a name for it now. So it's check engine light Karen. I've seen a couple of trucks go by that have their own Karens, but this is ours right here. Seems to be running fine. I don't know. We're gonna have to take her back in eventually, but you know, it is what it is. Part of it. Shout out to the other tanker going the opposite way there. But yeah, guys. So you know, one thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about was, and I don't know, those of you that are fathers and mothers, it can pertain to you guys as well. Whenever you get home. And this is a little different for me now, because now I do more regional, more, you know, back and forth. It's like I get back home very, very quick, 2 or 3.5 days, and I'm back at home. But it still happens to me. Now, what I'm trying to get at is, when you're out here on the road, and you know, you've been out here, and you kind of get a little frustrated with certain things, or I guess you're even you're used to your quietness. Like, you even though your truck is rattly and all this other stuff, but you're used to being on your own. And it's a little difficult to adjust from being in your truck alone to being at home with your family and your wife or significant other, whatever you guys may have or not have or whatever. Even your dog. I mean, even your dog can be, can also contribute to this kind of weirdness that I get when I get home. And I get it. Like, the kids want to run up to me and tell me about their whole week, and they want to explain everything that's going on. Not so much my wife. She's more a reserved type person, and she really doesn't really talk as much. Nowhere near as yours truly here, which I don't know why we are so opposite when it comes to that. Like, I don't ever shut up, and she's always just quiet and kind of to herself. But anyways, anywho, so the kids want to explain everything to me and what happened, and it's kind of frustrating in a way, in a sense. Like, you're happy to be home, and I guess when you come home, kind of feel like you want to sit on your couch, turn on your TV, and crack open a beverage of your choice and just kind of chill for a little bit. But everything just gets brought onto you, like slammed onto you just automatically, like bam, and your kids are telling you this and that, and maybe your kids acted up, and your wife or significant other tells you, hey, this is what happened at school, and there's just a lot of information that's coming in. And I don't know if it's what can I say? I don't know if it's too much frustrating, but it's a lot. It's a lot, to say the least. But it only takes a couple of hours, and after that, everything smooths out, and I absolutely love being with my family. So much so that I've been doing the OTR stuff, as you guys have been following along already know. And I've been home a lot more often. And I'm eventually want to transition into a local driver. So it's a couple years from that, but that's what I eventually want to do, so I can be home even more. And I enjoy being with my kids. They're their own personalities and their own people, and they it's complex sometimes, and it's fun sometimes, and it's upsetting sometimes. It's just, I absolutely love just dealing with it. It's just that whole connection of from the truck, or the transition from the truck to the house. And those of you that have ever been locked up in prison, I mean, you would relate to some of this probably, because you've been by yourself for a long time, and then you end up coming back to society, and bam, you get slammed with it. So I know that's a weird analogy, but it is what it is. Things just pop into my cabeza, my big old head. And anyways, so at the beginning of this video, as you guys, I don't know if you noticed, I kind of didn't point it out, right off bat. I didn't tell you, look at that sign. But if you want to go back, if you have the time to go back and freeze it. And heck, it might even be the thumbnail, I don't know. And I want you guys to see that sign. And it is one of my favorite signs. It has the most amount of meaning for me. And it's right outside of Chattanooga in Tennessee. One of the most beautiful places, spots that I drive through, because the river's on one side, and the mountains are on the other side. And some of you might not ever notice that, because you're probably always looking at the river, which is very beautiful. So that sign is there, something along the lines of being a father, always being a father. And it hits hard. It hits hard for several reasons for me. And one is because I lost my father. Of course, you guys know that I've been here. And he was my father was a rock. He was anything I needed, he was taken care of, and all that other stuff. But he was not there too much emotionally for the most part of my life. And I understand, you know, the man came from a country, and he had another country, El Salvador, and he had one thing in mind, one goal is to be able to make enough money to take care of and protect his family, and a lot gets lost along that way. And a lot gets lost, unfortunately for us, that, you know, we're here busting our butts, you know, even though those of you that are on the road all the time, we're out here busting our butts and making all this money supposedly, but time with your kids is just going away. Little by little, it's just disappearing, and there's going to be a point where there is no can't get it back. And yeah, you had all this money and you bought all these nice toys, which, guys, I sold my my Harley, just in case I hadn't mentioned it before, you know, all that nice fancy stuff, and at the end of the day your kids don't even know you. But I get it. I mean, you're out for a goal, you're trying to make money, maybe hopefully retire nice and all that other stuff, but what was important in life, we're letting it just ride on by. Just like everything that we're passing up right now, you know, that's the future, and that behind us is the past, and everything's just riding on by, and, you know, it is what it is. But I don't know, man. It's been a struggle for me more and more and more. I wanted to change the pattern from my dad and be more of a he was always a dad, but I want to be more of a dad that the kids can call and talk to, and just talk about anything and everything. Now, guys, I want to tell you this: I am not perfect by no stretch of the imagination, and my biggest example is my oldest daughter, Morgan. I was not around her life very much, not only because her mom and I split up when she was little, but I wasn't around her much, and I know it's something that she probably resents from me. But even then, I try to spend even more time with her now that she's a little older and is married and all that stuff. I try to spend a little bit more time with her, especially trying to change that pattern with my two young ones. And it sucks. It sucks for her. It's not her fault. It's 100% my fault and her mother's fault. And we're not even gonna blame her. It's 100% my fault that any of this that I got so far away from her for so long, and I'm trying to fix that, because just watching my dad go through what he went through and all that stuff, it showed me that at the end of the day, you don't take anything with you. Nothing goes with you, but everything stays here. But the most important part is the memories that you left with your loved ones. That's what stays here. That's the legacy you leave, is this time that you spent with your people that you absolutely love to be with, even if it's your animals that you love to be with. That's why I created this channel. That's why I do these videos, because if God forbid something happens to me, my kids can always go back and they'll have hours and hours and hours of their dad on the TV or on their phone or whatever technology might come later on that some of you guys maybe don't have, because you don't have that type of you don't make videos or whatever. But even more important than any video is the memories, what they remember from you. What do they remember from you? What do you guys remember from your fathers and your mothers now that they're gone, that they're not here anymore? Are they good memories or are they bad memories? And I'm going to tell you guys that for the most part, with my father, they were pretty darn good memories. That being said, guys, thank you guys for riding along with me. Maybe we'll start doing this a little bit more. Don't forget forget to be kind to one another. Help anybody needs help. Anybody contemplating suicide. 1-800-273-8255. Military men and women, thank you so much for your service. From out here on the highway. See you guys on the next video. Peace. Right here.